All right. Hey there, small town America. So we got in the truck, we came down here to Weatherford, Texas, to the historic Malt Shop. Some of the best malts and burgers right here, built in 1958. We're going to go meet with the new owners and see what's going on right here, Weatherford, Texas. Get in the truck.
A dusty back road where the tumbleweeds roll. There's a wandering soul with stories to unfold. With his worn out boots and his raggedy hat, Zach's got a YouTube channel sharing tales like that. He's a modern day troubadour, a poet of the streets, wanderer of small towns, where life's rhythm beats from the hills of Tennessee to a Georgia bar shack. Zach finds the heart and soul that the world may often lack. Small town America is where the stories reside. Zach's searching for the magic in every nook and every side. With his camera in hand and a song in his heart, he's bridging the distances, bringing us closer with his art.
Get in the truck, small town America.
If your idea of a good time involves poodle skirts and jukeboxes, you're in for a treat. Get in the truck. Let's dive into the magic of the Malt Shop. Step back in time to an era when sock hops were the rave and milkshakes were the ultimate treat. The 1950s were all about soda fountains, the epicenters of teen social life. In the early 20th century, soda fountains were focusing less on fizzy drinks and more on ice cream treats like the milkshake. Malts became so popular that eventually the soda fountain took on the moniker of Malt Shop, and no spot captures that charm quite like the Malt Shop on Fort Worth Highway, a gem that's been serving smiles since 1958. Picture this: classic vinyl records hung on a pink background and the rich, creamy malts that made these places legendary. Whether you're here for the classic malt or the iconic burger, every visit is a nostalgic trip to simpler times. So next time you're cruising down Fort Worth Highway between Weatherford and Hudson Oaks, stop by the Malt Shop. It's not just a place to eat, it's a slice of American history. Grab a malt, sit back, and let the past come alive.
All right, hey there, small town America. You know we're all about protecting our history, preserving our heritage, and today we made ourselves all the way down here to the Malt Shop. David, Hart, taking on a mission here to preserve some heritage and help the community out. What was the ambition behind this?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, originally it was just a cheeseburger and turned into so much more, right? You know, it's the history behind it, and it's the stories that you hear across town, and you know, the grandparents that ate here, the first dates underneath the canopy on the sides over here, they back their trucks up, and man, those are just things, there's some, I guess Blues want to talk about, some things you just can't recreate in life and replace.
Right, and you're local, you're from the Parker County area.
Yes, sir, my whole life.
So did you grow up under that canopy also?
I did.
Right, so when you heard that it was going out of business, they were selling it and getting rid of it, you just had to step up to the plate.
Oh my God, I think it was a race to see how quick I could get on Facebook and send a message to the owner at the time, right? Because I knew something like that being on the community page was probably going to go pretty quickly. So.
Right. And so this place, it opened in 1958.
Yes, sir.
You jumped on it. You were how many owners now?
We're on the fifth. My
fifth
understanding is the fifth owner. Yes, sir.
And pretty much everything here. So when you took it over, is originally from 1958.
Man, I'll tell you what. I think there's a lot of stuff here that's from 58 for sure. The cooler, I believe the grill, a lot of the aspects, a lot of the natural decor in there. Yes, sir.
So what was the biggest challenge? I know you had the asphalt put in. That helped a lot with the parking issues.
Yes, sir.
Then you've added this fencing around, gives a little bit safer area there for the kids to come out. But what's been the biggest challenge of taking over and trying to restore a lot of this?
I'm gonna tell you, the 50s pricing in 2025 was kind of a hard feat. You know, some technology upgrades on the inside for efficiency. So we did go digital. We're not doing handwritten checks anymore. We only had one register when we started, and you know, given the support that we've got, that's been quite overwhelming, which has been great. We've opened up a second register so we can get customers in and out a little bit quicker. So we want them to have the 50s diner feel, but we don't want to wait for, you know, 1950s time to get their burgers out.
Right, right. Well, and also, you know, because this is built in 1958, and so you're coming back in here and you're restoring a lot of that, but you're still the original malt. I mean, you don't change. You don't change the malts.
Yeah, there's no change in the recipes. There's no change in the way that we do things, other in the efficiency standpoint. But outside of that, what's made the Malt Shop successful all these years is what we've kept on board. We're not here to change any of that.
Right. But you're also looking. What are the developments? I noticed you've been cleaning off some areas over here and all of that.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you a little bit in on the secret. Behind it in this little area is about a 1,600 square foot area that we're going to turf and secure and make it an area where families can come sit out here away from the parking lot where they can enjoy their ice cream and stuff and play. And the thought process is back over here in the corner we're going to put some type of a screen up, and so that way we have malts with parents on, you know, Saturday and Sunday nights. Get your kids out here, enjoy an ice cream, and not have to worry about the traffic and the vehicles, just because it's so close to the highway where we currently sit at. I think that's been the most important portion for me, is trying to figure out a way to bring our younger generation back into these style of diners, because it's a dying breed. It's something that if we don't do something about, it will be gone.
Right, right. And that has kind of been one of the other things, is you've taken on social media. The community has really kind of embraced this project with you and joined you to bring the community and get it and keep it going.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, every person that's donated just an ounce of their time and energy has gone into preservation of something that grandparents and great-grandparents have been a part of. And you know, we got an original table that come over here from the Malt Shop that was donated back to us when we took over. And I was looking at some of the signatures on there, and the earliest I could find on that table was 1959. So if you want to head over here, I can show you this table too. So the coolest thing about it is, for me, is looking at some of these initials that are in here, right? And just imagining this table sitting up there in the front, and somebody's great grandparents writing their name in this table. It's kind of the coolest thing ever.
Right, and that might be a challenge for your social media people, to find the love stories from the Malt Shop. Where were those first dates were at? Who did you meet your significant other right here at the Malt Shop?
That'd be cool to bring them for a retro throwback. Come back in and find out what the original mill was when they were here, and replace that mill and maybe do a recreation. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah, it might be a cool deal.
Super cool thing.
How can other people that want to get involved and help you in this project, where can they reach out to you? What else do you need moving forward in some of your future projects?
You know, I think one of the biggest needs we need right now is parking lot striping. We got the parking lot, Elite Asphalt. Thank you, Elite Asphalt. They came out and they solved that problem so we can get the car shows brought back in the community. So we need somebody to kind of stripe the parking lot, and in exchange we're looking at maybe doing a couple years of advertisement right here on the highways and signs. The biggest portion, if they want to reach out, is on our social media page on the Malt Shop-Weatherford on Facebook. We check our messages. It's marketed. It's we respond to it 24/7 basically. So
right. So, you know, the one thing that always gets me is you walk into some of these franchise places, and they have the pictures on the wall of the 10-cent, 50-cent burgers. The technology on building a burger has not changed over the years, but you do specials just like right now. We're seeing the parking lot filling up. You're doing these half-price burgers and stuff like this on different specials during the week. Are you still using that fresh product?
I'm gonna tell you, we sound like a salesman for a minute, but it's always fresh, not frozen beef. We've used the same cattle company, Crystal Creek Farms out of Dallas. We've used it for over 30 years. Farm fresh beef. It's delivered on a every other day basis. So we custom order our patties when they come out here, They're made fresh to order. There's no pre-cooked burgers. There's no steaming them. We don't press our burgers. And that's kind of been the challenge in this industry, is finding a way to be efficient but still be fresh, and you can't do both, right? So our top value and priority is to make sure they get a hot, fresh burger every time. Sometimes it takes a little longer.
Right. All right, guys. If you were looking for a little bit of history and preserving our heritage, come by the Malt Shop right here on Fort Worth Highway.
And if they mention that they saw it on here, their first malt's on me.
There you go. Get in the truck, small town America.